Hi guys, my name is Megan and this is my mom.
Hi.
And today we are starting a new series on my channel and Bookish crafting
With mom.
with mom. So today we are going to be reusing some of my old subscription box bath products. I don't really do bath.
We're more shower people.
Yeah.
So Megan found a recipe online. Anyway, it's for shower steamers. We were looking at doing like a bath bomb or something like that, but again, we're not bath people. So we wanted something you could put in the shower to get a little aromatherapy when you're in there, especially in the cold season.
Yes, because as you guys know, I'm just coming off of a cold. I still kind of a little stuffy. So this should help. So the recipe I have is from keepitpure.org. I will leave a link to their website and the recipe that we're using down in the description. I'll also leave all of the measurements and ingredients down below, but it's all stuff you probably have in your kitchen.
We're going to be using essential oils. I happen to have Young Living on hand, but you can get essential oils anywhere pretty much. You can get them at the grocery store. You can get them at Target. They have a pretty good set. Just be careful with essential oils. If you're using ones that aren't pure, make sure you just keep it in the shower and don't use it as a body care product directly.
Yes.
These ones are a little bit more pure, but this is just what we had on hand, so use whatever you have.
Also, when you're doing this project, please don't put it in mixing, so like a mixing bowl that you're not going to use for food again, or like a candy bowl or something that will not have unwrapped food, because sometimes depending on the oil that you're using, it will pull out
Some of the plastic. Just, you don't want essential oils in the same containers that you're going to eat out of again, so it's just not good to mix those. So make sure you've got a bowl that you can throw away. This came from the Dollar Tree, and we're using it only for this project.
So everything that you'll need for this project: some Epsom salt.
These just came from the pharmacy's personal care section at the grocery store.
Cornstarch.
You can get that at the grocery. All of this you can get at the grocery store.
Baking soda, some water, a bowl, food coloring of your choice. So for this project, we're also using some old subscription box items.
Got unicorn poop, Epsom salts, and some bath salts.
As well as your essential oils, measuring cups, and mold, which you'll use to mold your little bath.
So this particular one is a mold that we got at Dollar General, I believe, that was probably $2, and it's a silicone cupcake mold. You can find molds at Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, any craft store will have them. You can find them online. We found that you don't want to use too small of a mold. You need to have a little bit of a substance to it. So
the last thing you'll need for this project is a container to put your new shower steamers in. Okay, so remember that all of the measurements for all of this stuff will be down in the description box below. So today we are making a half batch, since we figured it makes probably, I don't know, 9 to 12,
depending on the size of your mold,
bath bombs. So we split ours between 2 different molds. Let's get started.
So we're making a half batch. So we're going to start with a half a cup of baking soda.
And, you know, little extra is fine.
So the next item we need is Epsom salts, and we're going to use a 1/4 cup altogether. So we're going to use a little bit of this. Let's use a little bit of the other one. So we were lucky enough to have enough on hand that we didn't really need to break into our Epsom salt stash. So I'm just going to pour that in there. Ooh, that one's strong.
This one is scented like lavender and orange peel.
Okay, and then we're going to need a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. So I think it's the cornstarch that holds it together, right?
Yes, cornstarch is what holds it together. It binds with the water and your essential oils and just holds it together.
Okay, we're gonna throw that in there.
Okay, I'm gonna just mix this together.
So the recipe calls for 3 teaspoons of water, so that'd be 1.5 teaspoons, but we found that you really need to use more.
A lot more to hold it together. So I used more like a tablespoon for a half batch, I think is what I ended up with.
Okay, so are you ready for me to put this in there?
So see, the rainbow kind of just disappeared into this mix, so that's totally fine. Okay. I'll go a little more. And when you put the water in, I would go ahead and put in 1 to 2 drops of whatever food coloring you're using. So today we are going to do purple.
And these are gel food colors. You can use regular food colors as well.
So 1, 2, and I would put a little more water in. Okay.
And then we should drop our essential oils in, or wait?
So at this point, I would go ahead and put a glove on if you don't want to be covered in food coloring, and 30 to 40 drops of...
For a half batch?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to use about 15 drops of each of these.
So when I tested this recipe, I found that doing half the amount of essential oils in a half batch just didn't really work. But with another test batch, I found that if you use anywhere between 20 to 40 drops of your essential oils, it does smell a whole lot better, and you can actually smell it.
This one could be interesting because this is really an orange color.
Yes.
So let's see what that does.
Let's see what this does. It could turn out to be. And then you just kind of work everything together.
Ooh, that's going to be pretty.
You may need more water because you want this to hold together like wet sand.
Boy, you can smell that. Lavender. So this is one of those recipes that you really have to feel it to know when to stop with the water. It's kind of like when you make bread or biscuits or something.
Almost there. And don't forget to mix down on the sides. So it really, really does smell very lavendery and not much
can't smell
orange.
the orange so much.
Let's put a couple more drops of orange in. Because you want it to be strong so you can actually smell it.
It's supposed to be relaxing when you're in the shower, kind of like you would have a bath bomb. So you want to be able to smell it really well.
Yeah. Okay, so that's holding together pretty well. You want to make sure this is really, really well mixed. So you want it to be about like this kind of a texture so it holds its shape. And it's not too crumbly, but it's also not too wet. So when you pack it together in your mold, it'll actually take the shape. Okay, I think we are good. And since the food coloring is all mixed in, I'm gonna go ahead and take off this glove. Okay, so when you're filling these molds, you wanna fill it all the way full and then pack it down. So you wanna get in there, fill it however much you want, and then make sure it's really, really packed in there. And you can use a spoon to do this, you can use your finger, and they don't have to be overly full. Really, you can do this any way that you want.
Just get it in there and make sure you pack it really tight.
Yes, because it will crumble. You want to make sure they are packed nice and tight in there, so that way when you pop them out, they don't just crumble into dust. So this is how it should pretty much look like. So they should be packed in there pretty tight.
And as you can see, we got 10 out of this batch. That's because we used the same size mold for everything last time. We did them in 2 different molds.
When you're done with these, you want to let them sit for 24 hours, to dry out. You guys can pop them out of the molds. And here's some that we did earlier from a different batch. Okay, so when you're unmolding, you want to be very careful. This recipe does crumble a little bit, so like these ones came out of cupcake mold. You want to go very carefully when you do this. You want to just push them up gently from the bottom.
Those smell really good. What flavors did you put in that?
Eucalyptus and lavender. So see, you get a nice little thing, and it will be a little crumbly just because of all the stuff that's in them.
That means they're going to dissolve well in the shower too.
Yes. And they will not stain your bathtub. I've tested this with a couple of different colors. Does not stain. there you have it, a jar full of eucalyptus and lavender shower bombs. Alright guys, that was it for the first Bookish crafting with my mom video for you guys. So we ended up with some really cool shower bombs that I cannot wait to use. If you guys have any more ideas for Bookish crafts that you'd like to see us do, leave us a comment because I have some video ideas for this and I really am excited to show you.
Especially if you have any ideas of things that we could craft with that came in your Bookish boxes that maybe you don't know what to do with, leave a comment below and we will try to work something up and come back with a future episode.
If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You can also hit the notification button. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, check out the links down below. Don't forget to check out all of the links and all the ingredients and stuff down below too.
And especially the original post where we got this recipe from, go give them some love as well.
Alrighty, bye guys!
Bye!